So today we will continue with chapter 2, support and locomotion. First, we look at the necessity for support and locomotion in humans and animals. Locomotion is important for the organism to move from one place to another place. Humans and animals need to move because we need to search for food, shelter, to find a mate, and to escape from predator. Then, animal needs support to retain shape, and our support system is provided by the skeleton. There are three types of skeleton. First is hydrostatic skeleton. Hydrostatic means it is exerted by the body fluids. The example here is the leash. Then second example is an earthworm. It contains hydrostatic skeleton. Second, we have exoskeleton. Okay, exoskeleton, an outer cover which is made up of rigid and strong materials such as calcium and chitin. Prawn is an example of exoskeleton, and grasshopper, also scorpion, examples of exoskeleton. Next is endoskeleton. Endoskeleton, like human, we have internal skeleton. Then, it has many component parts of cartilage or bones. Other than human, other example is frog, bird, and crocodile. Okay, next we look at the structure of the human skeleton. The structure of human skeleton can be divided into two. First is axial skeleton. Second is appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton consists of skull, vertebral column or backbone, and rib cage. Appendicular skeleton consists of pectoral girdle, upper limbs, pelvic girdle, and lower limbs. We will look at it one by one. Okay, this is the skull in the axial skeleton. So, the skull has cranium and facial skeleton. Next, vertebral column. Vertebral column consists of 33 bones or 33 vertebrae. First, 7 cervical vertebrae. Next, 12 thoracic vertebrae. Then 5 lumbar vertebrae. After that, 5 sacral vertebrae and 4 caudal vertebrae, which fuse together to form coccyx. Okay, here it is called coccyx, and it is combined. We call vertebral column as backbone or spine. There are discs of cartilage between the vertebrae. Okay, here, this is a disc. Why we need a disc between the vertebrae? Because it absorbs shock, reduce friction, and allow movement between adjacent vertebrae. The next one is rib cage. Okay, this is our rib cage in our body. So, this is sternum. There are 12 pairs of ribs. Okay, start from here until here. 12 pairs. 7 first pair are connected directly to the sternum. Okay, I will show you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pairs are connected to the sternum. Okay, then we have another pair. Okay, wait. The next 3 pairs are attached to the 7th pair. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. It is connected to the 7th pair here. And the last 2 pairs are floating ribs. 1, 2. So this we call floating ribs. 1, 2, 3 we call false rib, and the other 7 we call it as true ribs. Okay, now we look at the cervical vertebrae. This is the cervical vertebrae. It has spinous process, vertebral foramen, transverse foramen, and centrum. Okay, what is the function of transverse process? Okay, transverse process is where the blood vessels and nerve pass through. Okay. Okay, next we have thoracic vertebrae. Thoracic vertebrae, this is from the superior view and this is from the lateral view. It has spinous process, vertebral foramen. Okay, then corpus here, corpus in the textbook we use centrum. And the other one is transverse process. Okay, transverse process. This is the lateral view, but in the textbook we use superior view. Spinous process and transverse process are the points of attachment of muscles and ligaments. Okay. Then we move to another vertebrae. Lumbar vertebrae. So lumbar vertebrae also has spinous process, vertebral foramen, and this one is the centrum. The centrum. It is the largest and strongest vertebra and has large centrum to support the weight of lower back. And now we continue with pectoral girdle. Okay, this is pectoral girdle. Pectoral girdle contain clavicle and scapula. This is the clavicle and this is scapula. The scapula or shoulder blade is large, flat and triangular, and the clavicle is slender and curved slightly. Okay, the next one is pelvic girdle. This is the pelvic girdle. So consists of 3 bones, ilium, ischium, and pubis. Okay, here. Next, upper limb. Okay, upper limb. This one is humerus. The green one is radius. The yellow one is ulna. Then here is carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges. And the last one is lower limb. Okay, here is femur. Then patella. This is fibula, tibia, tarsals, metatarsals, and phalanges. Okay, next. In movement and support, we have joints. Okay, joints. A joint is the place where 2 or more bones meet. 2 main types of movable joints are hinge joint and ball and socket joint. Hinge joint allow movement in one place or in 180 degrees. Example, elbow and knee joints. Ball and socket joint allows rotational movement or 360 degrees. The example is shoulder joints. Okay, this is an example of a structure of a joint. So we can look at the structure of the joint here. First, here is the bone, and this is also the bone. Okay, this is the cartilage. The black one is cartilage. It prevents friction and absorb shock. Here we have synovial fluid, act as a lubricant, and here is synovial membrane. Synovial membrane secretes synovial fluid. Then the orange one is capsular ligament, prevents dislocation of both bones. Okay, this is the structure of a joint. Next, we have ligament. Okay, now what is ligament? Ligaments connect bone to bone. It consists of tough and elastic fibers. Other than ligament, we also have tendons. Tendons, the function is to connect muscles to bones, and it is tough and inelastic collagen fibers. Roles of muscles in movement. Muscles are attached to bones are called skeletal muscles. Okay, if you still remember, we have 3 types of muscle. Can you still remember? So one of it is skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscles are arranged in pair. So when it is in pair, it is called antagonistic. What is antagonistic? It means one muscle contract, the other muscle relax. Before we go to the antagonistic process, we look first at the structure of the muscle. Okay, this is the structure of the muscle. You can also refer to the textbook. A muscle is made up of many long cylindrical cells. Okay, cylindrical cells here called muscle fibers. Then each muscle fiber made up of a bundle of smaller fiber called myofibrils. Then it is made up of two types of protein filaments, which are actin and myosin. So actin and myosin will cause muscle contraction. Okay, this is the example of antagonistic process. Okay, movement in straightening the arms. This is the ball and socket joint, scapula. So here we have biceps muscle and triceps muscle. The other side is triceps. So when we straighten our arm, the muscle of biceps will relax and tricep will contract. So when one muscle relax, the other muscle contract, we call it as antagonistic muscle. Okay, antagonistic means one relax, one contract. Then the other one, movement in bending the arms. Okay, now when we bend our arms, bicep muscle contract, tricep relax. So this is also antagonistic muscle.